This is a die set that I think has been greatly anticipated. Many of the people in my live streams and on my YouTube channel were requesting dies that would do stitching lines. I didn't think we would need dies because I don't think I've actually done like die cut stitch lines on cards, but we really loved the idea of having them as dies. So this is actually going to be a part of the Kristina's Finishing Touches sort of suite of products. This is just the die set. So these 4 dies all are 7.5 inches in length. So they're perfect for your really larger cards, or if you want to, put them at a diagonal on a smaller card, you have plenty of space to work with to make sure it goes over the entire span of your card. Now I've used these dies on a lot of different cards all over the course of this release. So let's look at some of those. You've probably spotted some of them if you've watched all the other products from this release. This was one of my favorites where I used the country ticking background for the stamped elements, but then I snuck in 3 little die cut areas using the different die cut textures from the Finishing Touches dies. On this card, it's a little bit subtle. It's hard to see because it's on white, but I did the little wavy stitch lines there in the background. Here's one where I used every single Finishing Touches die, and I just had them going across this card. And then I did my ink blending after it was a die cut. So all of that ink really goes into the grooves that are cut, gives it quite a bit more texture. On this card, I had the simple like straight line going right across, and then the proud die cut word right on top. It's the perfect size to kind of have that die cut word centered right over those stitch lines. Here's another card where I used all 4 of the dies. You can see that, I'm sorry, I have to block my bright lights in my craft room. It's great task lighting, but it doesn't always work well when I'm showing white cardstock on camera. But you can see all 4 of those create a really fun texture going all the way across this 5x7 card. Here's another example of just the really simple kind of wavy line going across. In the die set, there are 2 wavy lines. There's one that's just 2 lines and the other one has 5. So if you want just a really small little segment, use the smaller one. But if you want something a little bit more substantial, taking up more room, you could double this, die cut it twice, or just die cut using the one with the 5 lines. And one more example, I've got this one right here where all of the stitch lines go across the bottom, just right over this stenciled background. It just gives it a little bit of texture. So here is the Kristina's Finishing Touches die set. You can add all those dash lines or stitch lines using dies.